I mean, it's time to bring it back to a classic. JP and the Beans top 5. So we are ranking the top 5 weapons in comics. Now, I chose to approach my ranking more in the paradigm of which of these like would I like to have, right?
Oh, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, not so we're not. This is not a power ranking of the Infinity Gauntlet. That just gets really boring really quick.
Agreed.
I think it's a lot more enjoyable to go, hey, what would I like to have here in terms of weapon? So that's where we're at. Riles, you go first.
I will also say this
Say it,
because we had a
yes.
conversation
Say it.
before,
Right.
Because I have one on there
Mhm.
that I had to put on there. I'm gonna make that my 0 pick.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
That way,
That's really
I
great.
stay within the frame,
Fair.
and then my 0 pick would be what I would pick over all of it.
I love that.
Okay.
I love that. That's
So,
great.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Personally, for me,
Mhm.
I have web shooters. Give me some web shooters. I would have, first of all, I would abuse them. Literally, I would be hitting things left and right. If somebody was talking smack to me,
Mhm.
bam, web to the face.
Sorry, can't talk.
Also,
Uh-huh.
he can do a lot of other things with these besides just shooting webs,
Mhm.
right? So, I mean, he can swing from them.
Right.
He's turned them into, like, shields
Right.
and
Helpful.
shoots.
Helpful.
And so, you gotta get a little good at weaving a little bit, and I
Mhm.
think they're worth it.
Not at all.
So that's my number 5, web shooters.
Not bad at all. My number 5, I actually own some of these, the Batarang. Okay?
Oh, you show off.
Check this out. Yes, I have thrown it into a tree before, and yes, it sticks. This is the coolest gift I have ever received. Brother Mason, way to go. You hooked me up with these once upon a time. Freaking batarangs. Like, can you imagine if, like, I obviously own them, so I'm kind of questioning why I don't carry them around more often just to chuck them at stuff. Probably because I get in trouble. But just the concept and how Batman has such a variety of batarangs. Like, you've got
True.
these classic, sharp, weaponized batarangs, but there's batarangs that provide electrical charges. They can be used for covert operations if you need to bug a place, you're trying to get a camera somewhere.
A remote control one.
Yes, remote controlled batarangs. I'm gonna keep this out and play with this while we're
Is
while
it
we're doing this.
is it bad that I was like, I want to throw this at my wall? And then I realized, and then I didn't realize. And I was like, oh, I can't. I don't own the place. And I was like, oh, wait. No, I do own the place. I can do what I want. And I was like, I don't want to put a hole in my wall. Such a roller coaster ride.
I'm glad we take that journey together. That's truly incredible. No, but it'd work great on drywall. It would just stick. It'd be so satisfying. So yeah, pick a wall and just hurl it. So that's my number 5, the Batarang. My number 4, powerful, but harder to get on board with actually wanting. But I think it's just really cool. Right, all black, the Necro Sword. Okay, from Marvel Comics. I love it because of how Gore the God Butcher deployed it in his battle against Thor. I mean, the dude just was really creative with the Necro Sword, right? It essentially merged itself with Gore. He was able to create these entities with it that could travel all over space, like these beasts that fought on his behalf. And of course, he could generate phenomenally deadly weapons just at a moment's notice. So to me, that was quite the weapon.
Now, does it corrupt the user? Out of curiosity. Is it one of those swords?
I think it's safe to say yes, because Gore. Now, it's a little tricky in the case of Gore because when we meet him, he's going through a tough time, right? So he's ripe for corruptibility, let's say. And so by the time he merges with the sword, you could say he's already corrupt. But I think realistically, the sword just took him over the edge. It's like, all right, took you from a guy that's really struggling with his good side, and now it's just going straight over to the dark. So no question, I would say yes. So that's my number 4, all black, Necro Sword.
My 4. The numbers threw me off. My number 4 is a lightsaber.
Ooh, Yes.
because it's a laser
Did
sword.
I think of that?
You can cut things with it. You didn't think of that at all?
No, seriously, didn't cross my mind once.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm pretty upset.
I don't really have to explain a lightsaber too
Freaking
much.
stupid.
So, lightsaber,
I
number
lose.
4.
I lose. Gosh dang it.
Now, number 3. Okay, I was between two options here, but I chose this one instead. So,
Okay.
I chose the scarab, the blue beetle scarab.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
I love it in Jaime with Jaime.
Yep.
Right, it's got a lot more functionality.
Mm-hmm.
It was between that or an Iron Man suit,
Mm-hmm.
and I chose the scarab because I think just it has more versatility than an Iron Man suit.
Absolutely.
Like, because I feel like
Yeah.
Iron Man, he switches out his suits all the time. He's getting
Right.
different suits. He's always
Right.
upgrading.
Right.
You don't have to upgrade the Scarab. Scarab's already at its maximum upgrade,
Mhm.
right? And it can do
Mhm.
a lot.
Yeah, you're just trying
it-
to catch up with the Scarab.
Yeah, the brain is your limit.
Right.
So
Right.
I got the Scarab at 3.
Mhm. That's a great pick for number 3. Gosh, freaking lightsaber. I'm gonna be upset with myself for days with that.
Okay? Does it feel? How does it feel?
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, it's usually me. That's usually me over there.
All right. Staying on the Thor theme, my number 3 is Mjolnir. Mjolnir would be a lot of fun to wield. Like, such a huge hammer just to smash things is great. And the fact that it's a freaking hammer boomerang, like you throw it and it always comes back to you, extraordinarily loyal, extraordinarily useful. That's great. You can fly with it. That's so cool. And it's just such a like basic tool. It's like, here's a really big hammer and you just get to smash stuff with it. That'd just be, I think, endlessly satisfying. So Mjolnir is that's my number 3.
Fair.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, my number 2, a Green Lantern ring.
Okay.
That's my number 2. The fact that your imagination is the only limit is terms of what you can create, what you can generate with that ring. That's pretty freaking sweet. It's always on your finger, so it's tough to lose, possible somehow, but it's always right there. It's always near at hand. And how great is it to be able to say the Green Lantern
Oh,
oath?
it's so cool.
Like, what a phenomenal,
Oh, it's so cool.
phenomenal set of verbiage. That's just great. I would never tire of saying that.
Nothing was more badass growing up as a kid than hearing John Stewart
Yep. In
recite
Brightest Day,
that.
in Blackest Night. I mean, just incredible. Incredible. Yeah, I know. It makes you want to say the whole thing.
Yeah.
It just does.
It's great.
So that's my number 2.
It is.
Yep.
It's time for my number
It's
2.
your time for
Oh,
your number
goodness.
2.
Number 2,
Yeah.
I have the Infinity Gauntlet.
Ah.
Because the gauntlet is sweet. It can manipulate time. You can teleport wherever you want.
Do a
You
lot of
can
things.
manipulate reality.
Seems like that would be nice.
Right? You can control people, which that might be up some people's alleys, but you know.
If they know they're being controlled.
It's more like if somebody's annoying me, I can just be like, walk
Walk
away.
away,
and then they'll
yes.
Go away.
What a very
And-
altruistic way to resolve the
And
issue.
then, what was the other 2? I'm missing.
Space, right?
No,
you
I
can
got-
travel
I
wherever
got-
you want.
Yes, I got space, I got
Yeah.
time, I got reality,
Yep.
I got
Soul.
soul,
Mhm.
and then what's the and then the power stone,
Yes.
obviously, and then what's the yellow one?
Mind.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait, what's the difference? Oh, wait, whatever. Anyways,
I don't know how you're supposed to distinguish between the mind and the soul stone. Who
either way,
really knows?
either way, lots of power.
Lots
in
of power.
one
Point is,
glove.
it's a lot.
So that's my number 2.
That's really great.
Okay, now my number 1.
Let's hear it.
The White Lantern ring, because it's a little bit cooler and a little bit stronger than the green one,
Mhm.
and I'd be like the only one. You know,
True.
there's 100,000
True.
green ones. There's only a few white ones,
Mhm.
and the ones that
Very
were
rare.
there
Very rare.
didn't stick. So they have access to each and every spectrum, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And they revive dead people. So it's like, it's
Useful.
great. So,
Useful.
you know, my buddy dies. Not today.
Hey, you're back.
Not today. But it's the green ring on roids
Yeah.
because it's every single spectrum. So
Mhm.
I got the White Lantern ring at 1.
Love it. My number 1, Wolverine's claws. Adamantium claws.
Wow, that's number
Yeah,
1.
That's number 1. Like, if I could just pop claws out of my hands, oh, awesome. I mean, ouch, hurts. So it's got to come with some healing factor for the sliding back in. But I still remember that just lives in my mind as I can close my eyes and picture the first time I saw the first X-Men movie with Wolverine unsheathing his claws. And geez, one of the coolest
Chills.
things, yes, that I had ever seen at the time and have ever seen since. It just is the pinnacle of what's cool weaponry. Mm, That's that's pretty sweet. So that's for me. That's my number one, Wolverine's claws.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
Your number zero.
My number 0.
Let's get it.
If you grew up in the 2000s and you watched the Ben 10 cartoon, the Omnitrix is and will always be number 1
Mhm.
because it scans other alien DNA
Mhm.
and you get to be that alien. So that's
Great.
That's Kryptonian. That is my boy Goku, a Saiyan. So easily a Martian, right? I get. So I gotta take the Omnitrix over everything else because it's just OP. It is so OP. It's awesome, and it's arguably the best cartoon ever. So
I love it.
yes,
I had no idea where you're going to go with your number zero. If I had to guess, though, I was going to guess they were going to pull out like a Ninja Turtle weapon,
no,
like Leonardo's. Is
too basic.
right. That's what I
Right.
thought. Like,
No, I thought about nunchucks.
is that
thought
Devil's
about-
bow staff?
No, no, too basic. Too basic.
It's a stick.
You can make the argument that a lightsaber is also kind of basic because I thought about
No,
that
but
too.
it's not.
But it's-
But it's not.
But every man in their life has
Yes.
wanted a lightsaber at one point or another.
Yes.
And let's be real, it's a consistent want. We'd all have a real lightsaber if it was real. So
Yeah. Yeah. You offer me one, you're like, no, this is the real thing. Done.
Yep.
Done. I'm in.
you want a kidney? 2 kidneys? What do you want?
Wait,